The world has taught us many things, but there's one idea we must challenge if we are to reach our fullest potential. It's something that many of us have been conditioned to believe, something that has been ingrained in us from a young age. The idea that kindness is the solution to everything, that being kind to everyone will lead us to success, fulfillment, and happiness. But what if I told you that being kind to everyone could actually hold you back? What if I told you that in the pursuit of kindness, you could be doing more harm than good, not just to others, but to yourself? This is where we begin, because today I want you to stop being kind to everyone. That's right, stop. We're about to unpack why this shift in thinking is not only necessary, but critical to your personal success and well-being. Get ready, because the truth we're about to discuss will challenge you, inspire you, and perhaps even ignite a fire within you that you didn't know existed. Kindness must be earned, not given away, freely. In a world that constantly tells us to be kind to everyone, to be a good person, and to spread love unconditionally, we often forget a crucial truth. Not everyone deserves your kindness. It's not about being harsh, rude, or unloving. It's about being smart, being aware of how and where you invest your energy. Kindness is one of the most powerful tools we have. When used correctly, it can transform lives, bridge gaps, and heal wounds. But here's the catch. When kindness is given freely to everyone, it can lose its impact. Instead of uplifting others, it can be taken for granted, exploited, or even used against you. But this isn't about being cynical. This is about being wise. Think back to a time when you offered someone your help, your time, or your support. You did it because it felt right, because you believed in the goodness of people, and because you wanted to make a positive difference in someone's life. But what happened in return? Did they appreciate it? Or did they take advantage of your goodwill? Maybe they didn't acknowledge your effort at all. Perhaps they used your kindness as a tool for manipulation, or worse, they simply walked away with no sense of gratitude. The feeling that follows is a harsh one: disappointment, hurt, and even frustration. You gave your kindness expecting it to create a meaningful connection, and yet it left you feeling empty. You gave your time, your energy, your heart, and it was returned with indifference. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but it's a lesson that many of us learn the hard way. Not everyone will appreciate your kindness, no matter how much you give. This is why kindness must be earned. It's not about withholding love or care from people. It's about recognizing that you deserve respect and consideration in return. When you're generous with your kindness, but that kindness is met with disregard, it's like pouring water into a cup with a hole in it. No matter how much you give, it will never hold. And eventually, you'll run dry. When we think about kindness, we often imagine it as a limitless resource, something that we should give away without question. But consider this: every time you extend kindness, you are giving away a part of yourself. Every act of kindness, whether it's a simple smile, a helping hand, or an ear to listen, requires energy, time, and emotional investment. The truth is, you cannot give endlessly without considering what you're receiving in return. In fact, sometimes giving to the wrong person can even drain you. Think of the people in your life who consistently take from you, whether emotionally, physically, or mentally. You've been there for them through thick and thin, yet no matter how much you give, they continue to expect more. They become energy vampires, constantly drawing from your well without offering anything in return. Now, let's talk about a difficult truth. There are people who will never appreciate what you do for them. They will take, and never give anything back. They don't value your kindness because they don't see it as something that requires appreciation. To them, it's just part of the deal. But here's the problem. When you give your kindness to those who do not appreciate it, you end up with nothing left for those who truly matter. Real kindness is reciprocal. It's built on mutual respect and trust. It's about understanding that kindness is not a one-way street. When you give it, there should be an acknowledgement, a recognition, or at least a sense that your efforts are not in vain. The exchange should be balanced. You offer something, and in return, the other person offers gratitude, respect, or even kindness in their own way. Think about the relationships that have made a real impact in your life. The ones where you felt truly seen, truly appreciated, and truly cared for. Those are the relationships where kindness was mutually exchanged. And it didn't feel like a burden, it felt natural, like something that was meant to happen. The kindness you gave wasn't forced, it was valued. But the harsh reality is that there are people who will take advantage of your kindness without a second thought. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself surrounded by individuals who drain you without ever replenishing you. And as you keep giving and giving to those who don't deserve it, you'll eventually find yourself empty, exhausted, and unfulfilled. This is where we need to make a shift. We must stop giving kindness to everyone. Instead, focus on the relationships that truly matter. Look for the people who give back, whether in small ways or big gestures, who value what you bring into their lives. These are the people who will lift you up, who will support you, who will return your kindness with the same energy you put out. And these are the relationships that will make all the difference. It's not about being cold or indifferent to others. It's about choosing wisely. It's about recognizing that your kindness is precious and should be given to those who will appreciate it and return it in kind. Don't waste your energy on people who won't even recognize the value of what you bring to the table. Choose to give your kindness to those who will use it to build something positive, something meaningful, together. You are worthy of genuine relationships, of people who will appreciate your efforts and honor the energy you put into the world. So remember this, kindness is a gift, and gifts should never be given away carelessly. Instead, give your kindness to those who have earned it, who deserve it, and who will appreciate it. Focus on building meaningful relationships, not empty pleasantries. We live in a world that often glorifies the idea of having hundreds of friends, constantly being surrounded by people and keeping up with a seemingly endless cycle of interactions. Social media and the pressures of modern life constantly push us to believe that the more friends you have, the better your life must be. But I want to ask you a question. How many of those relationships truly matter? How many of those people would be there for you when you're at your lowest? It's easy to confuse quantity with quality. Having hundreds of acquaintances or people who nod and smile at you in passing doesn't mean you have true, meaningful relationships. We've all met people who greet us warmly, but when we look deeper, we realize there's no real connection. It's surface level, based on politeness or simply on the convenience of being around each other. But when the real challenges of life arise, when things get tough and you need someone by your side, those people who are only there for pleasantries will vanish. I want you to think about the people in your life right now. Who are the ones you can truly count on? Who are the people who've shown up for you when you needed them? Who have been there to challenge you, encourage you, and hold you accountable? These are the people who matter. These are the relationships you should focus on, nurture, and invest in. The truth is, meaningful relationships take work. They take time, effort, vulnerability, and trust. They're not built on shallow interactions or constant pleasantries. Relationships are built on honesty, shared experiences, mutual respect, and the willingness to grow together. These relationships are the ones that make life rich, fulfilling, and worth living. And it's these relationships that can propel you to the next level of success in both your personal and professional life. If you're spending all your energy trying to please everyone, constantly keeping up with the superficial interactions, you're robbing yourself of the deep, enriching connections that have the power to transform your life. This doesn't mean you should be rude or dismissive toward others, but it means you must stop investing your time and energy into people who offer nothing more than a fleeting smile and empty words. Think about a time when you really connected with someone. Maybe it was a friend, a mentor, or a colleague. It could have been someone who really took the time to listen to you, someone who cared about your dreams, your struggles, and your growth. Those kinds of relationships leave a lasting impact. They make you feel understood, valued, and supported. You feel like you're not alone in the journey of life. These are the relationships that truly add value to your life. They make you a better person, and they help you grow in ways you never imagined. Now think about the relationships that have left you feeling drained. Maybe there's someone who constantly demands your attention, but they never really give anything back. Maybe they only reach out when they need something from you, but when you're in need, they're nowhere to be found. These are the relationships that take from you without giving anything in return. They drain your energy, and in the long run, they make you feel empty. The most powerful thing you can do for yourself is to start prioritizing quality over quantity. Focus on the people who truly matter, the ones who help you grow, challenge you to be your best, and celebrate your successes. Invest in these relationships, pour into them, and watch how they transform your life. These people are the ones who will be there when you need them most. They are the ones who will offer real support and real encouragement. They will celebrate your wins with you, but they will also be there to pick you up when you fall. Too often we find ourselves giving too much of our energy to relationships that don't offer anything in return. We give our time, our effort, and our kindness to people who don't appreciate it, who don't offer anything of substance, and who don't help us move forward. But if we truly want to elevate our lives, we need to start letting go of these superficial connections and instead focus on the people who truly bring value into our lives. In building meaningful relationships, it's important to understand that you have to be selective about who you allow into your inner circle. You can't let just anyone have access to your time, your energy, or your heart. When you allow someone into your life, it's important to ask yourself, does this person add value? Does this person lift me up? Do they support my growth, or do they drain me? If the answer is no, it's time to reevaluate that relationship. Let go of the need to please everyone and instead invest in those relationships that genuinely contribute to your well-being. When you do this, you will notice a remarkable shift in the quality of your life. You will begin to feel more grounded, more fulfilled, and more connected to the people who truly matter. And as you start to focus on building these deeper, more meaningful relationships, you will also see the benefits spill over into other areas of your life. You'll become more confident, more focused, and more driven. You'll feel supported and empowered to take on challenges because you know you have a solid foundation of people who have your back. These people will inspire you to do more, be more, and reach for greater heights. The journey to meaningful relationships requires intentionality and effort. It's not about simply showing up. It's about being present, vulnerable, and ready to engage on a deeper level. Stop settling for shallow interactions that don't bring anything of value into your life. Focus on those who truly matter and start building the kinds of relationships that will make a difference, not just in your life, but in the lives of others as well. Protect your energy. In life, your most valuable asset is not money, not success, not status. It's your energy. Energy is the driving force behind everything you do. It fuels your dreams, motivates your actions, and determines the quality of your relationships. But here's the cold hard truth. You cannot give your energy to everyone. If you try, you will eventually run out, and once your energy is gone, it takes a long time to replenish. Every interaction, every conversation, every moment you spend with someone takes a piece of your energy. And not all exchanges are equal. Some people will lift you up, make you feel seen and valued, and help you grow. These are the relationships worth investing in. But then there are others, people who drain you. They take and take without ever giving anything back. They are the energy vampires. These are the people who, no matter how much you give, will never give you the same in return. The more you invest in them, the less you have left for yourself and the things that truly matter. Protecting your energy isn't just about being selective with who you spend your time with. It's about setting boundaries. It's about understanding that not everyone deserves access to you, and that's okay. We live in a world where many of us feel guilty for saying no or for putting ourselves first. We feel pressured to be available at all times, to always be helping and giving. But the reality is, if you keep giving away your energy to people who aren't contributing positively to your life, you will burn out. And once you hit that point, you won't be good for anyone, especially not yourself. Think about a time when you felt emotionally drained. Maybe you've had to deal with a toxic person, someone who constantly demands attention or who always seems to bring drama into your life. Perhaps you've been in a relationship, either personal or professional, where it felt like no matter how much you gave, it was never enough. You kept trying to fix things, trying to make them happy, trying to be there for them, but in the end, you felt empty. You felt like you were giving everything you had and getting nothing in return. This is what happens when you don't protect your energy. You end up with nothing left to give. When you're emotionally exhausted, it becomes harder to stay focused on your own goals, to take care of your health, and to show up for the people who truly matter. Your energy affects your performance, your well-being, and your happiness. If you're constantly running on empty, how can you expect to thrive? How can you expect to be there for those who need you? How can you expect to create the success you desire if you're constantly pouring yourself into people and situations that only drain you? One of the most important steps you can take toward protecting your energy is learning how to say no. Saying no isn't about being rude, it's about being respectful of your own needs and limitations. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are finite resources and you have every right to decide where and how they are spent. When you say no to the things that don't serve you, you create the space to say yes to what truly matters. You create the room to focus on your goals, your dreams, and the people who genuinely add value to your life. Think of it this way. Imagine your energy as a bank account. Every time you engage in a conversation, spend time with someone, or take on a new project, you make a withdrawal. The key is to make sure you're not making withdrawals faster than you're making deposits. You need to make sure you're filling your energy bank with positive, meaningful experiences, moments that recharge you, people who uplift you, and activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. One of the most common traps we fall into is trying to please everyone. We want to be liked, to be there for everyone, to be the one who always says yes. But the truth is, you cannot be everything to everyone. The more you try to please others, the more you give away your power. You become depleted, emotionally drained, and stretched thin. And in the process, you lose sight of your own needs and goals. Take a moment to think about the people and situations that drain you. Who are the individuals in your life who consistently leave you feeling exhausted, stressed, or upset? What are the activities or environments that suck the life out of you, leaving you feeling drained and unmotivated? These are the things you need to protect yourself from, and it's not about being selfish, it's about prioritizing your own well-being. It's time to take control of your energy, set boundaries, walk away from toxic situations, and stop allowing people to take more than they give. Focus on filling your energy reserves with the things that fuel you: positive relationships, personal growth, self-care, and the pursuit of your passion. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who make you feel good about yourself, and who encourage your growth. By protecting your energy, you'll find that you have more to give to the things that truly matter. You'll have more focus to dedicate to your goals, more compassion to extend to the people you care about, and more strength to tackle life's challenges. When you protect your energy, you protect your future. You create a life that is grounded, purposeful, and sustainable. Your energy becomes an investment in your well-being and your success. And when you use that energy wisely, you'll find that the results you achieve are not only more fulfilling, they are lasting. So the next time you find yourself feeling drained or overwhelmed, take a step back and ask yourself, am I protecting my energy? If not, it's time to make some changes. It's time to take charge of your own well-being, set healthy boundaries, and stop giving away your energy to those who don't deserve it. Protect your energy like the precious resource it is, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Be selective about who you let influence you. We all know the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But how often do we truly think about the depth of that statement? The people you allow into your life don't just affect your mood or the way you spend your time, they shape your entire future. They influence the way you think, the decisions you make, and the direction your life takes. And yet so many of us give little thought to who we let influence us. We let people into our lives, into our minds, and sometimes even into our hearts without considering if they are moving us forward or holding us back. You see, influence isn't just about the advice people give or the words they speak, it's about the energy they bring into your life. Every person you interact with adds something to your mental, emotional, and spiritual environment. Some people add light, positivity, and encouragement. Others add doubt, negativity, and confusion. And over time, the people you allow to influence you will mold you into the person you become. Think about the people you're spending the most time with right now. Are they pushing you to be better? Are they challenging you to reach your potential, to dream bigger, to take action, and to grow in all areas of your life? Or are they pulling you down? Do they make you feel small, insignificant, or unworthy of your goals? Are they trapped in their own mediocrity, and because of that they expect you to be content with the same? It's easy to ignore the subtle impact people can have on you. A comment here and there, a joke that undermines your self-worth, a suggestion that you're being too ambitious. It all adds up. The people you allow into your life will either encourage your growth or stifle it. If you want to grow, if you want to live the life of your dreams, you need to be extremely selective about who you let influence you. Influence is powerful. You don't need to be surrounded by people who are directly negative or toxic to feel the weight of their influence. Sometimes it's simply the lack of vision, the absence of ambition, or the comfort with complacency that will gradually seep into your own thoughts and behaviors. The wrong people in your life can keep you stuck in a state of mediocrity without you even realizing it. They don't have to outright tell you that you can't achieve your dreams, they just have to subtly make you doubt whether it's worth trying. Real influence comes from people who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable to your highest self. It comes from people who are striving to do more, be more, and create more. When you surround yourself with individuals who are driven, who are chasing their own goals, who have ambition and passion, you can't help but rise to meet that energy. They will make you want to do better, to push harder, and to take bold steps toward your own vision. But the challenge is not everyone in your life will want you to succeed. There are those who may feel threatened by your ambition, who might not understand your drive, and who may even try to convince you to lower your standards, slow down, or settle for less. These people may not do it intentionally, but their own fears and insecurities can leak into your life and diminish your potential. The people around you will either elevate you or keep you small, and this is why you must be conscious of who you allow to influence your mindset, your ambitions, and your actions. It's important to realize that you don't owe anyone your time or energy. Just because someone has been in your life for years or because they're family, doesn't mean they are worthy of being a consistent influence in your world. If they aren't lifting you up, if they aren't supporting your growth, then it's time to start rethinking that relationship. You have the power to choose who has access to your mind, your heart, and your future. When you begin to actively choose who influences you, your growth accelerates. You become more confident, more focused, and more driven. Take a moment and think about the last conversation you had with someone who you consider a significant influence in your life. Did they inspire you to take action? Did they encourage you to believe in yourself? Did they challenge your thinking in a way that made you feel more empowered to move forward? If not, you need to start looking for people who will. The power of influence is too great to be wasted on relationships that don't serve your growth. Choose wisely, because the company you keep will determine the success you achieve. Understand the power of saying no. There's an old saying that goes, the word no is the most powerful word in the English language, and it's true. We don't realize how often we say yes to things that drain us, that take us off course, or that simply don't align with our goals. Every time you say yes to something, you are in essence saying no to something else. You're saying no to your time, your energy, and your focus. And if you're not careful, saying yes to everything can leave you with nothing left for yourself or the things that truly matter. We've all been there. We've all said yes to commitments out of obligation, to avoid disappointing others, or to fit in. But what happens when we overcommit ourselves? What happens when we take on too much because we don't want to say no? We end up overwhelmed, burned out, and frustrated because we're trying to juggle too many things that don't actually serve our long-term goals. In the end, we don't have the time or energy to dedicate to what matters most. Our personal growth, our relationships, and our ambitions take a back seat. Saying no is not about being selfish. It's about protecting your time and energy. It's about being intentional with how you spend your resources. Think about all the things you say yes to on a daily basis. How many of those things are truly contributing to your goals and aspirations? How many of them are simply distractions? How many are commitments that drain you or keep you stuck in situations that don't align with your values? Learning to say no is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. It's an act of self-respect because it acknowledges that your time is precious. It's about having the strength to choose your path instead of letting others dictate it. When you say no to the wrong things, you're saying yes to the right things. You're saying yes to your own vision, your own dreams, and your own well-being. You're saying yes to a life that reflects your values and goals. It's important to realize that every yes you give to something or someone who doesn't serve you is a no to the things that do. If you keep saying yes to people, tasks, or obligations that drain you, you will never have the time, energy, or focus to say yes to the opportunities that align with your true purpose. Saying no is a way of setting boundaries, of protecting what's most important to you. It's a way of creating space for the things that matter most. Think about your current commitments. What are you saying yes to that you wish you hadn't? What could you say no to in order to make room for the things that will bring you closer to your goals? The power of no is not just in rejecting things, it's in making intentional choices that support your personal growth and your happiness. When you start saying no more often, you start taking control of your life. You stop letting external forces dictate your time and energy, and you become the one in charge. It may be uncomfortable at first. You might feel guilty or worry that you'll disappoint someone, but the truth is, saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person who values their time, their peace, and their future. When you respect your own time and energy, others will start to do the same. And when you learn to say no, you'll find that the people and opportunities that matter will naturally gravitate toward you. We are constantly faced with choices. Choices about where to spend our time, who to trust with our energy, and how to align ourselves with the people and opportunities that will help us grow. The power to shape our destiny lies in the boundaries we set, the relationships we nurture, and the courage to protect our most precious resource, our energy. It's not about being rude or dismissive to others. It's about choosing to focus on what truly matters. You don't owe everyone your time or your kindness, especially when it comes at the cost of your own growth and well-being. By being selective with who influences you, by saying no to distractions, and by protecting your energy, you'll find yourself moving forward at a pace that aligns with your true potential. The people you spend time with, the choices you make, and the boundaries you set today will shape the person you become tomorrow. Choose wisely, act intentionally, and never be afraid to protect your space. Your future depends on it. Take this moment to reflect. Are you investing your energy in what will truly propel you forward? Are the people around you lifting you up or holding you back? Now's the time to take control of your journey, to be intentional with your time, and to stop letting unnecessary obligations and relationships steal your power. It's your life, your energy, and your future. Protect them like the treasures they are. and watch how everything starts to shift in your favor. The path to your dreams begins with the decision to say yes to what matters and no to what doesn't. Your best self is waiting. Start protecting it today.